Oh, and now Curry gets it right back from half court, and it's good! A Curry moment in Boston! Long distance Curry. That's the three!
In basketball, defense usually starts at the three-point line. That's where shooters are dangerous. That's where teams draw the line. But what happens when one player becomes so dangerous that defenders have to start guarding him the moment he crosses half court? That's not an exaggeration. It's something that actually happens in today's NBA, and the reason is one man, Stephen Curry. Before Curry, coaches would panic if a player took a shot from 30 or 35 feet.
Draymond to set the ball screen. Steph for the lead. He got it!
It was considered a bad decision, a desperate shot. But Curry turned those shots into weapons. He didn't just become the greatest shooter the game has ever seen, he forced the entire sport to evolve. To understand how this happened, we need to go back to the beginning, to a skinny kid who many people believed would never survive in the NBA. Stephen Curry was born on March 14, 1988 in Akron, Ohio. Basketball was already part of his life from day one. His father, Del Curry, was an NBA player known for his smooth shooting touch. Del spent 16 seasons in the league and was one of the best three-point shooters of his era. Because of this,
"You're awesome, Steph Curry," and pops Del Curry, a 40-footer off the window. Oh, just moments ago, I guarantee you he meant foot out the window. No doubt about it.
I'm the originator, man. As Tony Montana would say, who started it? Me, that's who.
Steph spent much of his childhood around NBA arenas. He watched professional players train, he sat courtside during warm-ups, and he studied how the best shooters in the world prepared for games. But despite being the son of an NBA player, Steph didn't look like a future superstar. In high school, he was small and extremely thin. Many scouts believed he lacked the size and strength needed to compete at the highest level. Even though he could shoot incredibly well, major college programs were hesitant to recruit him. Instead of receiving offers from powerhouse basketball schools,
Stephen Curry.
Curry received attention from smaller programs. Eventually, he committed to play college basketball for the Davidson Wildcats in North Carolina. At the time, almost nobody expected that decision to lead to one of the most famous college basketball runs in history.
Dan Munson and Mark Hugh for Gonzaga.
Curry with the steal. Taken on Bolden and one.
When Curry arrived at Davidson in 2006, he was immediately impressive. During his freshman season, he averaged over 21 points per game, which was an incredible number for a first-year college player. But his real breakout came 2 years later, in 2008. During the NCAA tournament, Curry captured the attention of the entire basketball world. Davidson was a small school competing against major programs with far bigger athletes and deeper rosters. Yet Curry kept scoring. He led Davidson to upset victories against powerhouse teams like Gonzaga, Georgetown, and Wisconsin. Game after game, Curry hit long three-pointers, attacked defenses, and carried his team on his back. During that tournament run, he averaged over 30 points per game. Suddenly, the basketball world realized something important. This wasn't just a good shooter. This was a generational offensive talent. Even so, many scouts still had concerns. They questioned his size, they questioned his defense, they wondered if his game would translate to the NBA, but one team was willing to take the risk.
He's playing defense. Right out, Joe Mazzulla back in. Curry knocks down a long two. He's got 7.
In the 2009 NBA draft, Curry was selected with the 7th overall pick by the Golden State Warriors. At the time, Golden State was not considered a championship contender.
With the 7th pick in the 2009 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from Davidson College. I didn't realize that there were so many fans who dislike the Golden State Warriors so much. Actually, the reaction says it all. Big fans wanted Stephen Curry, the 6'3" junior guard out of Davidson, who quite simply is the best shooter in the draft.
The team had struggled for years and was in the middle of rebuilding. Curry showed flashes of brilliance early in his career. His shooting ability was obvious from the start. He had incredible ball handling, quick release, and deep shooting range. But there was a major problem: injuries. During his early seasons, Curry suffered repeated ankle injuries that threatened his future in the league between 2011 and 2012. He played only 26 games because of ankle issues. Some analysts even suggested that Golden State should consider trading him while he still had value. Instead, the Warriors made a different decision. They signed Curry to a long-term contract and trusted that he would recover. That decision would become one of the most important moves. Curry completely changed his training routine. He worked with specialists to strengthen his legs and improve his balance. Much of his training focused on core strength and stability, which helped reduce pressure on his ankles. At the same time, Curry continued refining the skill that made him special: shooting. What made Curry different from other shooters was not just accuracy, it was range. Most NBA players take three-point shots from just behind the arc. Curry was comfortable shooting from 30 feet or more, and he could do it off the dribble, while moving or even while defenders were closing in. Once his health improved, his scoring numbers exploded, but the real transformation of the NBA was still about to happen.
Push ahead Curry. The step around, the floater up and in. Steph. Oh, he hit a three. Took the contact. 8-point lead with 1:20 left. Steph down the lane. Steph to put it up and in.
In the 2014-2015 season, Curry reached another level. That year, he averaged nearly 24 points per game and led the Warriors to the best record in the league. He also won his first NBA Most Valuable Player award. More importantly, the Warriors won the 2015 NBA championship. Curry's style of play was unlike anything the league had seen before. He shot quickly, he shot from deep, and he forced defenders to guard him far beyond the three-point line. Then came the 2015-2016 season.
Curry in traffic. Curry. Oh, wow. Vintage Steph Curry and some oohs and ahs from the crowd here in Sacramento.
They're scrambling a little better here, and there's the result.
Iguodala batting it away. Clay out to Curry. Steph to the rim. Curry with the top.
This season would make Curry a global superstar, averaged 30.1 points per game, and broke his own record by making 402 three-pointers in a single season, the most ever in NBA history. That same year, he became the first player in NBA history to win MVP unanimously. Something else was happening too. Because of Curry's range, defenders started picking him up near half court. If they waited until he reached the three-point line, it was already too late. His shooting forced defenses to stretch farther than ever before, and when defenders moved up to stop the shot, Curry could drive past them or pass to open teammates. The result was devastating for opponents. Golden State's offense became one of the most efficient scoring systems in NBA history.
Steph Curry to the front court. Lets it fly from deep. Curry, good again.
Many teams focused on mid-range shots and post play, but Curry proved something important. Three-point shooting could be the most powerful weapon in basketball after his success. Teams across the National Basketball Association began changing their strategies. Players practiced deeper three-pointers. Teams designed offenses around spacing and perimeter shooting. The number of three-point attempts in the NBA increased dramatically. Young players around the world also began.
Steph the rebound in motion. Showing. Draw the foul. How good is this guy?
He loves that fadeaway, and he shoots it so high to begin with. Oh, what a move by Curry. Smooth to the basket.
Copying Curry's style, kids on playgrounds and high school courts started practicing shots from farther and farther away. Curry had completely reshaped how basketball was played. Curry and the Warriors became one of the most dominant teams in modern sports. The team won multiple championships and made several NBA Finals appearances. Curry's combination of shooting ball handling and movement without the ball made him one of the most difficult players to defend in history. He eventually became the all-time leader in three-pointers made in NBA history, breaking the previous record in 2021, but his impact goes beyond statistics. Curry showed that a player doesn't need to be the tallest or most physically dominant athlete to control the game. Skill, precision, and intelligence could be just as powerful. Today, he is widely considered the greatest shooter the sport has ever seen. Stephen Curry didn't just break records, he changed the geometry of basketball. Before Curry, defenses focused on the three-point line. After Curry, defenders had to start thinking about half-court. His shooting range forced coaches to rethink their strategies. His success inspired a generation of players, and his influence can now be seen at every level of the game, from youth basketball to the professional stage. From a skinny, overlooked kid to the player who revolutionized modern offense, Stephen Curry proved that sometimes the most powerful weapon in sports isn't size or strength, sometimes it's range. And when your range extends to half-court, the entire game has to change. If this video gave you goosebumps, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps this channel more than you know. And drop a comment below, who do you think is the hardest player to ever guard in NBA history?